Hello everyone, mabuhay! In this video, I am going to demonstrate how to fill out Form 1A or the Income-Based Tax Incentives per Project or Activity Annual Tax Incentives Report. After accomplishing Form A or the Business Enterprise Registration, which can be accessed through the registration module, RBEs need to add a registered activity or an unregistered project or activity information to be able to fill out Form 1A using firms. You may watch the instructional video for accomplishing Form A and adding a registered activity, which were uploaded on the FIRB website or on the FIRB's YouTube page for your guidance. By clicking the Create button beside Form 1A in the Summary of Requirements screen, firms will direct you to the first part of the Annual Tax Incentives Report. This form mainly focuses on the income-based tax incentives availed by the RBE during the reporting period. As you can see, firms will display the following basic information of the project: the COR number, the concerned IPA, and the project name. Please note that these are pre-filled by firms using the data entered in the Registered Activity or Project Details form. Kindly ensure that fields with red asterisks are filled in. Otherwise, you will not be able to submit and proceed if these are left blank. Moving on to the data entry, Form 1A contains the following tabs: Financial Position, Applicable Tax Regime for the period, Income Tax Computation per Tax Regime, Exclusions from the Income Tax Base, and Financial Information. Before we begin the discussion on the firm's data entry, the following reminders should be noted. Please note that the data to be entered are based on readily available information of the RBE. Hence, firms will ask you to upload all documents supporting the data entered in the ATIR and ABR at the last part of the module. Information to be entered should be on a per-project level. Please note that once the ATIR and ABR of all projects are consolidated, this should match the amounts on the supporting documents to be uploaded. In case this cannot be determined, it is up to the RBE to determine the most accurate allocation method that best suits the distribution of financial statement accounts. Certain data fields in this module have embedded data validation measures to ensure consistency and reasonableness of data. For amounts to be translated from foreign currency to Philippine peso, please use the exchange rate as of the reporting date. The Financial Position tab contains certain accounting data which are usually found in the RBE's audited financial statements. Kindly indicate the value of each type of asset, liability, and equity item specified in this tab. The total assets should be equal or greater than the total liability and equity items. Please note that the total asset sections of this tab covers all assets related to the project, while the specific asset section only covers certain asset items. In the next tab, kindly indicate the tax regime applicable for the taxable period. For RBEs that are entitled to income-based tax incentives but have not yet availed of such during the taxable year, kindly select No Incentives or Regular. For RBEs availing enhanced deductions, kindly select the type of enhanced deductions that are availed during the taxable period. As to incentives not covered by the CREATE law, kindly select Other Income Tax Incentives. Kindly also indicate the legal basis for the grant of incentives in the text box provided. You can also select multiple tax regimes in case that there are two or more tax regimes applicable for the period. However, please note that the special corporate income tax or gross income tax and the enhanced deductions cannot be selected simultaneously. Please be careful in the selection. Any changes to the tax regime selection may delete all previously entered data in the succeeding tabs, if any. The Income Tax Computation per Tax Regime tab is a carbon copy of your filed annual income tax return. This tab is dependent on the tax regimes you selected in the applicable tax regime for the period tab. To start, kindly indicate the amount of income and expense items listed in this tab. Again, amounts to be indicated should be on a per-project level. As to the cost of sales or services, select the blue box provided. A pop-up box will appear which provides the breakdown of cost of sales or services For direct costs not included in the list, kindly lump the said cost into one entry and indicate it under Other Direct Costs. For the operating expenses, put a check mark on the box of the selected type of deduction for the taxable year. Note that the itemized deduction and OST cannot be selected simultaneously. The exclusions from the Income Tax Base tab contains information on income items that are not subject to the corporate income tax. Kindly indicate the income exempted from income tax as well as the income subjected to final tax per tax regime. Lastly, the Financial Information tab contains basic financial information as shown on your income statement. Kindly indicate the amount of revenue, cost of sales, and other income and expense items. Kindly also enter the amount of depreciation, amortization, and income tax in order to compute the earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization or EBITDA, the earnings before interest and tax or EBIT, and the net income. After accomplishing all tabs, click the Save button to log all your entries. So that's it for Form 1A, or the Income-Based Tax Incentives per Project or Activity Annual Tax Incentives Report. Thank you!